No personal.
Personal to every.
Hello. Hi everybody. Hi,
Hello.
Kavleen.
Hello.
Hi,
Hi.
Kavleen.
Hi.
We do have another guest, that's Ridhima, but her lights just went off, so she's coming. So she will join us.
Okay.
Shortly. So let's begin.
Yes.
All right. A very good evening, everybody, and a warm welcome to the 11th episode of Coffee Conversations with Women on Wealth. Before we start, I'm going to quickly introduce our community, Women on Wealth, to you. We are a women-centric community where we help women take charge of their finances through online training and coaching programs. This helps women not only to learn how to manage their money, but also grow it effectively and become financially empowered. Women on Wealth is held on three pillars: our online coaching and training programs, the WOW Money Book Club, and our Women on Wealth community, which we are very, very proud of. So, before we introduce these lovely ladies to you, I want to ask you a question. What does happiness really mean to you? We all have like different facets of a happy, contented life. But where you find it is what is important. For some, the everyday pleasures are enough to keep them motivated. For some, the getting out of your comfort zone is what keeps them going. Getting up in the morning, trying to achieve more by building their skills. And then there are some who have their heart set on their dreams, and irrespective of what failures come their way, they get up and they take the next step to achieve those dreams. Their never say die attitude makes them pursue what they want till success comes to them. So let's welcome these two ladies, Kavleen Chadda, a homemaker, mother of two beautiful kids, an avid learner, and someone who's on a quest to create her own identity, and Ridhima Gupta, a working professional and business enthusiast, animal lover, and someone who always is looking to upskill herself. She is also a community leader at Women on Wealth. So let's begin. Ridhima, let's start with you. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself now that your electricity is back on and you've joined us again?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Ridhima Gupta. I was born and brought up in Himachal Pradesh. We had a joint family, and I am the eldest kid and was hence brought up with a lot of love. My family had a construction business. I completed my post-graduation in finance from Punjab University, Chandigarh. So I came down to Delhi for a short vacation to spend time with my cousin, and eventually I landed up in a job. And that short vacation became a long vacation. Uh, while working here, I met my husband. We fell in love and got married. And we've been married for past 9 years now. And I live in Gurgaon. In my family, it is my husband, me, and our dog. Uh, as far as my work experience is concerned, I have a total of 15 years of work experience. The initial years were with a couple of MNCs based out of Gurgaon. And then 2 years, I was trying to, set up something for myself, a self-employment opportunity. However, in the past 3 years, I'm working with Indian industry. I'm working in space of corporate interiors and interior fit out.
Great. Thank you for sharing that, Ridhima. Kavleen, now your turn. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and who all are in your family, and what do you do?
Okay. So I'm Kavleen Chadda and born and brought up in a small town in Meerut. But for the past 23 years, I'm in Delhi, married in Delhi. I have two beautiful kids who are grown up now, and I have a loving husband. I have a big joint family, and I'm a homemaker. Although I've tried my hands on various things, I've learned Japanese language, I've done financial modeling, now I'm doing stocks. I've joined my family business also, and that's pretty about it. Pretty about me. That's it.
All right. Thank you for sharing that, Kavleen. So tell me, what challenges brought you to Women on Wealth?
So I won't say it as a challenge. It's like there was a certain need in me. See, I feel very strongly feel that Indian women, especially the homemakers, somewhere during being in the family, and I say this with a lot of respect, that being in the family, they serve their children, family, husband, in-laws, but somewhere they lose their identity. So it is not bad. It is not bad, but it is like somewhere I made a choice that I want to create my own individual identity. So that is when I started exploring a lot of things. And stocks was one thing which I always wanted to do, because when I was in class 11, class 10 basically, and I had to take up a stream, uh, and in our school that was the best school of Meerut, but we didn't, unfortunately we didn't have commerce stream. And obviously my parents didn't want me to to leave that school because of good reasons. But somewhere in my heart I had this little thing that I have to do something in finance, and stocks was one thing. And I just was browsing through, I think, Facebook. I don't remember, it was 4 years back, when I came across this ad which Priyanka had given, and I jumped it because I thought it was a very safe place, because it was an all woman thing. And somewhere I had a little less confidence also, so I felt more secure when I went to that community, because being a all women's community, because it's not that I'm insecure, but over a period of time you start getting these feelings when you are at home and when you're not doing anything. So this is a choice which I made to explore certain things and create my identity.
All right, that's fair. What about you, Ridhima? What brought you to Women on Wealth? Ridhima, you're on mute.
So I was saying that, I have a little longer story, so you'll have to bear with me.
Please take all the time. It's okay.
Okay, so here it is, Uh, so until 2013, I was doing absolutely fine in my corporate career. But deep within, I had always seen myself as a business person. I used to keep thinking of different businesses, make a plan, and discuss it with my husband. But it always ended up with a discussion and a little research. But I never took that step of starting up any business or anything. Job to chali rahi thi. So I just thought that, let me continue with my job. And as it is post the working hours, not much time was left for me to take up a business. Then in the same year, in 2013, we started off on a business. We came across a business. We started on it. Later to realize that, it was all about network marketing.
Okay.
But till then, we had already put in money. So we thought that, why not just go ahead and do it. So started in 2013 and worked on it till about 2015. It was almost 3 years. We spent a few lakhs. Apne to lagaye, साथ में, asked from our friends, from cousins as well. And the impact of it was that, we earned nothing, lost interest in our jobs. And, we kind of built up a thought process wherein, that no skills are important as such. We'll get rich and we'll hire people, and, we'll enjoy our financial freedom. But everything was a fluke. But one thing good which happened during that time was that we made some good friends, and we learned some good lessons of our life. So in 2016, I left my job to start one of my, once thought of dream of starting a dog farm, have a dog. So we leased a farm and started the construction. But because of poor planning and underestimation of our capital required, and no experience to do, deal with Indian business people, we had to leave it midway. We just left it there and then. But there was again, some kida in me. So in 2017, my husband's company ramped down, making situations a little difficult for us because I was also not working. We'd already spent money on the past businesses. But life has to go on. So we had to do something. We had to figure out something. So we thought, why not to start with an HR firm, which is specifically, in contractual hiring, where you hire candidates on your payroll and then place them in other companies. And it was specifically for the IT sector. But again, that also required good amount of capital in your hand, because you have to pay the employees first, and you will be able to build the companies later. And things didn't really work out well there as well. So we had to close that business again. So till now, I had already done, in past 5 years, I had blown few lakhs and worked on 3 businesses and closed them. And gradually, what happened, we found that, we had accumulated a lot of debt for ourselves, because we'd been using loans, we'd been using credit, sell away a few gold jewelry and all that. So we had kind of stuck in a debt trap. So I personally had 2 personal loans and 1 credit card, which was outstanding by then. And besides this, my husband had his own debts. So it was hurting us financially, but we kept on with our positivity, and, thought that life doesn't end here. So then I thought, why not go ahead, go back to job and, pick up a job. But since I was interested in doing a business, I wanted to understand the Indian industry. So I thought that instead of going back to an MNC, let me go ahead and pick up a job in the Indian industry. So I found a job. It wasn't paying too well, but I was good with it, because my idea of picking up a job was to, learn these skills which were required in the Indian industry. And over a period of time, I started to pay off my first credit card. And when I paid off my credit card, I really felt accomplished, But I was still desperately looking for a better opportunity. And I was also probably, looking out for something, somewhere wherein I can get more knowledge about how to manage my own finances. So in 2013, I was looking out for a better job opportunity. And every day I was sitting on LinkedIn trying to comment on which were related to. Little I knew that, somebody was noticing my comments. So one evening, I got a call from one of my school friends. Her name is Jyotika. So we were together in 11th, 12th standard. And receiving a call from her was a complete surprise to me. I answered the call, and that is when, she mentioned that she saw me commenting on the LinkedIn. And then she told me about Women on Wealth. Within my heart, I knew that I need to learn about managing money. So next, I was in conversation with Priyanka. So as it happens, when you talk to Priyanka, you do nothing. You just block your position, give the money, and start off. So yeah, this is how I landed in Women on Wealth.
Wow.
I think that is one common factor in the 4 of us right now, that we spoke and we put in the money. That was it.
I think that there's some power in her voice.
Ridhima, thank you for sharing that so openly. And it is so, nice to hear that how the positivity kept you going. And you haven't stopped. It's great. Most people would have really become depressed and low, but we can hear the positivity in your voice and how that's kept you going.
I think, Dabira, it's the same Kira which you also have.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we're going to patent our own Kira name. So yes. Soon, one day. So Ridhima, I want to ask both you and Kavleen, that what programs have you done with Women on Wealth, and how they've helped you? So as we have more programs, but I know that, the big two other ones that have been going on since inception. So most people have done those. So why don't you tell us first about?
Sure. So I think every single program which has been designed and which is there with Women on Wealth has been designed with a lot of thought, and they actually serve a purpose. When I joined Women on Wealth, I knew that, I have to sort out my money life. So I was very open, and to whatever was being taught to me. I had no knowledge about how to manage my personal financial life. So, I started with this program called Money Gym program. And this program was the turning point in my life. How important it is to be debt free. I think nobody can understand better than me. So now I had to, I had started to pay off one of my loans. Then, savings. In my life, I had never saved a penny. But in the first month, which was January 2020, after completing my Money Gym program, I could save 15,000 rupees. And I was blown away. I told my husband, I called my mom, I called my brother, and I shared with
Wow.
everyone about my accomplishment. I was super
Yeah.
happy. For me, that 15,000 rupees, huge amount. To be able to save that kind of an amount was immense for me. It
Wow.
was kind of a breakthrough. Then I learned about financial pillars that one needs to build in the life. I had never ever thought of, buying any insurance, build any corpus, save money, nothing at all. And, while I was not doing anything, I used to think that, I'm the one who is managing my finances to the best. So I know, I was late, but I wanted to build my financial pillars. Since I had some amount in, the other thing was that since I had some amount with me in the month of Jan, Feb and March, because I had saved a little amount, I was able to buy term insurance for my husband, but baki sab cheezein nahi kar paye the because the lockdown had begun. But, through this entire COVID period, when people were in shambles, they were scared, they were insecure, me and my husband were at peace, never in our lives we were so much at peace. That little amount, that little savings which we had done, which I had learned through Money Gym program, had really made a difference to my life.
Yeah, this emergency fund that we all talk about, I think I completely hear you on that one. That I think this COVID period has gone by with that security blanket around, which otherwise definitely I would not have had.
Same here. So we had been living paycheck to paycheck, and paycheck bhi kya, month khatam hone se pehle hi wo paycheck khatam ho jata tha. I think that is how it is with most of the jobby people, those who are not, jo zyada savings nahi karte maybe. So, and another important learning for us was that while we were going through all these times was that, one, that you need to respect your source of income, no matter how big it is, how small it is, whether it is business, whether it is job, just have respect for it. And, never ever abuse your source of income. Have, give your 100% towards it. So these were some of these learnings. These were some of the changes which Money Gym program had gotten me. And then I did stock program. And the stock, I just completed stock programs about a month or two ago. So I have not experienced much of the results in terms of money. However, now I've started learning and reading about sectors, about companies, and it is giving me a lot of insight. It is giving me knowledge of also, how successful businesses are run. So maybe, one day when I would have my own business, I would know a little about, how successful people run their business, and maybe I can implement certain learnings from there.
Right.
And I'm really excited to see how our sector study, the current study which we're doing, how this thing is going to turn up, and what next companies we'll all be investing into. So these were the two programs which I did. Besides them, there is another program which is about business blueprint. I've not done the entire program, but I did attended the first two sessions of it, probably one class or two classes of it. And that particular session, again, was an eye opener for us, like for me, and because I keep discussing everything with my husband. So for both of us, it was an eye opener that how important it is to have a niche, and that creating that niche, how it can help you actually generate revenues for your business. How important is that? I learned it there. So bits and pieces में this is
काफी learning हो गई है मतलब.
Yeah.
Nice. So hold that thought. We have another question coming your way later, but first I'm going to go to Kavleen.
Okay.
And Kavleen, I want to know that, how has, what programs have you done firstly, and how have they helped you?
So I've done the stocks program and I've enrolled after quite a long time in the Money Gym program.
Nice.
So the stocks program is all about investing, which was like a big issue with me. Like I was always interested in finance, but as it is women today, they are not pro in doing finance, especially the homemakers. They don't know what is going on and where the investments of the family are. So I had this thing, no, I have to learn this, and it's been 3 years. So I can say with the help of the program, it is not something which I learned overnight, but it has been my journey. And slowly and steadily, I've started investing. And now today I can say that I'm very comfortable. I've made mistakes. I've done those investments which have given bad results, but that I don't take it as like a failure, but I just take it as a learning step. So, and also one important thing I would like to say, it's not about the stocks, but it's about the trust which has been built inside me. Like I am now able to trust myself more. It is not only the money, but when you do certain things, when you learn, when you reach a goal, you start building that trust slowly and slowly. And trust was a big issue with me. It was not only, of course, we all have fears around money, but with this program, that fear, how I relate to money, although I don't have any problem in the finances, we are like very comfortable with the money. But still, I would say that this trust issue was there, and my self confidence, which has reached a new height, I must say, which was very low when I started with the program, because I just thought that will I be able to handle certain things? But with the stocks program, the finance has just, I built a corpus for myself and I'm very comfortable with that. And the journey is still on. Yeah.
Amazing. So when did you actually start? When did you do the stocks program? What year was it?
I think I started in 2016. It was that time just a one-on-one session with Priyanka. And I being a humanities student, I didn't know the ABC of what is liabilities, what is assets. It was like Priyanka just hand-holded me and just took me so nicely through the program. Like it was a cakewalk for me from there, but it was very good. And
Amazing.
now I see we've built a like, now we are doing a detailed analysis of everything. So now it has grown a lot.
Wow.
Kavleen, I can relate with so many of the things you're saying. As far as you are concerned, I think I agree with Harpreet, one of another community member of ours, the way she wrote about you and Ridhima today in her Facebook. So true. You are this silent person, but my God, you're so hardworking. And so many questions you ask, and your study, everything is just wow. I really get inspired by you. I mean, I agree completely with Harpreet, everything she said about you and Radhima in that post. So, yes,
Thank
you
you.
are somebody that, I look forward to. Ki ab question aayega, so chalo good. Now, you look forward to people asking questions, because the more you ask questions, then the more you learn, and the more you study, the more you dig deeper. So yes, I really
Yeah.
like that.
I do believe in studying hard and then finding my way through it. I believe in hard work
Yeah.
very much.
And that shows. So, I want to ask you, and the beginning of the session, you had said that how you wanted to create your own identity in your own family in a very respectful way. What was the
Yeah.
impact of Women on Wealth on your relationships with yourself and with your family?
So when I say relationships with myself, it was like I'll just share a incident that it's not an incident. It's like I did my fashion designing and I got a diploma, but I didn't have a professional degree, and that somehow always made me feel small. That I wanted to do a job, but then I felt that no, somewhere I do need a professional degree, and there was a big void in me for that. So, but after doing the stocks program, which is an informal program without a degree, but it gives much more than a degree, because this community builds you up.
Yeah.
So after doing this, the trust is the one of the most important thing for myself, which I built. I had a lot of issues of trusting myself with my decisions, but this has really made me very strong. And I know I will make mistakes. It's not that my all my decisions are going to be right, but I know that I'm going to make mistakes, but that's okay. That's a part of learning. And with my husband, yes, I would say it's going on. It has improved, not 100%, but yeah, for the finances I'm talking. So we had these questions and discussions where we would discuss finance. He's a traditional person who believes in just safe investments. So, but now the questions have decreased. That is there. So that trust was always there, but the trust with the finances, that's what I've gained with him. And with my children also, like they see me working, and especially my son, he is very fond of that, and he'll ask me, what are you doing? And he'll ask me questions, how's the share price going, and about my study. So I believe that I am leaving an impression on them also, and they'll follow. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. What about you, Ridhima? What has
Yeah.
been the impact of Women on Wealth on your relationships, on your relationship in your marriage with yourself?
Okay. So like what Kavleen said, trust. I think yes. It happened with me too, because after so many of failures, though I try to maintain my positive attitude towards life, but still I think that trust with managing money too well was somewhere shaken. But after going through these programs and understanding and interacting with you all, I know that today I'm on the right path. Maybe that the trust which was not so strong a few months back is kind of coming back, right? uh, and yes, it gives me a great sense of accomplishment within myself. I feel more at peace, more content, because I'm a person who always wanted to build something bigger, for not only for myself but also for my family. But over the years, though my intent was there to build big, but I was coming across failures. uh, so somewhere now again I have recollected myself, and I'm moving in the direction of creating something bigger and better for my family. uh, as far as relationship with my husband, so you know what, he has started giving me his entire income. He transfers the entire income to my bank account, so I have access to his income. What else would a woman want?
I like that. What else would we want?
Now you have access to his income, you know what you can do with it. So yeah.
Yeah.
But but jokes apart, yes, when he's transferring that money to me, which in itself reflects that he has that confidence in me that I will be able to manage money better, which gives me again a good feeling. At obviously it's good for our relationship too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's about it. And
That's
yes,
great.
another very important thing is that I was able to have a conversation with my parents. After going through this entire program, my parents are in the age of 60 to 70 years. So I wanted to buy an insurance for them, which I was not able to do because of their age and their health conditions. But whatever best I could do, I did. I had a conversation with them. Things which I learned here, I shared it with them. And also, to my surprise, the other day, my father, you know, he went ahead and he kind of, he approached his lawyer and he's got his will and everything done. And he's feeling at peace. I think somewhere a few months back, I had that conversation with him that please go ahead and do it. He did it. And it really makes me feel very happy about. Now he feels at peace that he's done whatever responsibility he has to, take care of. Uh, like, how do I put it? I'm not,
Yeah,
I'm,
like his
I think, falling short of the
responsibility,
words.
Yeah, no, but you said it very beautifully. It's like, you know, once they've done their responsibility, you feel lighter, and if they feel lighter, you're going to feel better. So
Yeah.
you've put it just perfectly, and it's great to see that how, you know, different relationships get impacted by just doing one course, which lasts just what, 10 weeks, like two months, and after the first or the second class itself, you start you know, seeing a difference, and your mindset changes. So it's just great how it affects your whole life if you are in the growth mindset. I
Absolutely.
think
Yeah.
that is very important. But Ridhima, I have a question. You mentioned everyone, but you didn't mention your dog. How has the relationship with your dog changed, with your one and only baby, after you've done the Money Gym program? I hope his allowance has not been snipped, and he
Not at
still
all.
gets as much food as was
He,
allocated before.
more than that, and I'm all his,
Huh.
and he's all mine. So, and we get to spend a lot of time together. And you know, even while studying, he's always sitting besides me. Right now, also he's sitting in the same room. So I think that
Nice.
transfer of money learning is happening to him also.
Great. So, you know, for me, I just feel like sometimes when some a course or a book or anything that impacts my life, I like to talk a lot about it, and I like to, you know, tell all my near and dear ones that how it's helped me and what I thought
Yeah.
about it and everything. So when I did the Money Gym program, it was quite a turning point for me as well. And I got after my sister to do the program, and I said, no, 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 you have to do it. And, you know, there's no two ways about it. And I got her to do it. And so I have this question, which I ask most of our guests who come on, that what is that major, you know, takeaway that you had from your journey with Wow so far? And what would you like to tell the people out there? Because unless we put our story out, you know, we won't be able to make a difference. And they've you know, the community has made such a difference to us. So what is it that you'd want to give out? So I'll go to Kavleen first, and then I'll come to Ridhima. Kavleen, what do you think?
So, as I talked about trust, and when you say what do you want to say to others, and so it has taken me pretty 3 years to come to this point, and this, I think, this social platform, and just accept that I am doing this because I was a little intimidated but of talking about my success because there were no tangent results to show. So, but today, this is my first step of telling everybody, especially the homemakers and who crave for their own identity. I would say that trust yourself. You will make mistakes and you are very important. When I say trust yourself, you're very important and you will make mistakes, but you come out and take that first step and begin your journey and go for your passion. That is my takeaway. And it's taken me a long time to come out with confidence and say this. But from my heart, I just have this message. Whatever you want to do that.
So
Take the
beautiful.
first step.
Take the first step. And you, Ridhima, what is it for you?
A lot of learnings actually to share, because I think I have whatever I have learned, I would really want to share it with everyone. Uh, First of all, is that life gives us a lot of opportunities, and it gives us a lot of opportunities during the worst time, right? So we have to be in that seeking mode so that we can go ahead and grab that opportunity for ourselves. The other thing is that I think every single person on this earth should take charge of their money life. Oops. Can you hear me?
We
Uh,
can.
the
We can. Yeah, we can hear
life
you.
is back.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, like I was saying, that every single person should take charge of their personal money life, no matter how rich you are, no matter how successful you are, no matter how loving family you have, or a loving husband you have, or whatever there is in life. But having your personal financial life in place is very important. And then the other thing is that, it is very important to learn the life skills. When I say life skills, it means that, things or the skills which can make your life more sorted. And I feel financial education is one of the skills which is very important. So and this is something which is not taught in schools, and very few families impart this kind of a training to their kids. So whenever you get an opportunity, please go ahead and equip yourself with financial education. You know what? The cost of not learning or not doing or not taking an action at the time when it is needed is way higher.
Yeah.
Wow, that was really powerful. Thank you, Ridhima. That
Right.
really truly came from the heart, we could tell.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll benefit a lot of people watching us today.
I hope so.
Thank you, Ridhima, and thank you, Kavleen, for sharing your journey with us. I don't think I need to say much because I think both of you pretty much covered the conclusion. But your takeaways were very powerful. But I want to tell everyone out here that if you felt inspired and after listening to Ridhima and Kavleen's story, then I would ask you to take action. Do something. Don't simply listen and say, this is not for me. Take that first step. Force yourself to step out of your comfort zone and jump into the world of financial education. Why should you do it? Well, there are many reasons, and I will share 3 of my reasons with you. 1, because you can. You're smart, you're intelligent, and no matter what your mind says, I can't do this is not for me, I don't have a financial background, I took commerce in school, how will I understand finance? Well, let me tell you, it's all in your mind. You're smart and you're intelligent, and I have 4,000 women in my community to back me up on this. Number 2, with the plethora of challenges that we women face today, it's very crucial that our finances are on solid ground. It's important to be able to leave a bad job, a bad relationship, or a housing situation without needing to depend on someone else for financial help. And number 3, your financial goals are your goals. We all have dreams, we all have goals. We can achieve them only when we take control of our money life. When we learn to plan, when we learn to save, when we learn to invest, that is when we are able to achieve our dreams and our goals. And if we don't do that, if we depend on others, then our goals will always be at an arm's length. So I invite you to take that one step forward. I invite you to take charge of your financial life. On this note, let's end the evening, and we will see you next week with 2 new members coming and sharing their journey with you. And that's about it. Thank you so much, Kavleen, and thank you so much, Ridhima, for joining us today.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, like
Thank
it,
you.
it was scary, but it was nice. It was nice to be here and nice to be sharing about our lives with everyone.
Great. Davida, would you like to say
Thank you.
something?
No, just thank you so much, Kavleen and Ridhima, and for, so nicely sharing your story with us and with everyone out there. I'm sure everybody is as inspired and amazed as we are. And yeah.
And
All right.
putting yourself out there, Ridhima, even after feeling scared.
I was hell scared. But thank you, girls. I mean, like, you ladies were lovely. I mean, the way you've conducted it and the way you've simplified it for us to put forward our stories, I think it's only because of you girls.
I second that. I second that completely.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you
All
so
right.
much. And
Bye.
bye-bye, and have a wonderful evening.
Same to you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye.